Welcome, my beautiful patrons, to your weekly reading. This is for guidance, advice, what's coming for the week. So let's go ahead and get started. We have 3 doors. We have door number 1. We have door number 2. And we have door number 3. Alright, so go ahead, take a moment, select the group that calls to you the most. I am going to include the timestamps in the description below. Welcome, group number 1, to your weekly reading. Let's see what this week is going to bring. So you picked a pretty awesome door. Open, expansive. Let's take a look and see what's behind it. Draw down the moon. The forest nymphs dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs. Find us in the wild. Good night. Nice. All right, I like that. All right, so this is going to be your spirit animal that's going to accompany you for this week. Let's see what lesson the spirit animal has for you. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Beautiful. Now the card did come out reversed, and I did not intend for it to come out reversed, so this is interesting. It looks like group number 1, and we're gonna throw some tarot now to actually cement this this message and see if there's more to it. But it looks like there's a beautiful idea that wants to be birthed. There's something that you potentially are going to bring into this world that will help someone, assist someone, ultimately help you as well. You're being asked to actually do and take action. So the fact that you got the card reversed, there might be a tendency to not take action, right? So, many times we have wonderful ideas, right? We become idea generators. We are people that are connected with spirit, and we're connected to this divine source, and sometimes spirit gives us a wonderful idea, but we just keep going on with our day, right? Because we always have something more important to do, and we don't prioritize those ideas. And so it's almost like you're being asked by spirit to, for this week, if you have a thought and it feels right, write it down, right? So don't just potentially let it go. Write it down. Make sure that you read it, reread it, see how you can work on it, build a plan around it. And the reason why the electric eel was reversed is because there might be a tendency this week for you to just not do that. It's just, you're just going to keep doing what you're doing. If you have a job, you're just going to go work. If you have a great idea, that great idea, whatever, so don't do that. And the reason why is draw down the moon with this forest nymphs card, right? Telling you that there's going to be dancing of sheer delight. And so it's like, you're being told that your idea has magic. You're being told that your idea was inspired by something divine. So this is a message that's being given to you. A lot of you, I feel, potentially already have an idea that you're working with. You're potentially at this moment at the beginning stages of starting something new, some kind of new development. And this is the week where you just keep adding on to it. You don't abandon it. I think that, some of us, we don't see progress quickly, and we immediately get disillusioned with the entire process and with that idea. So you're being told that potentially it requires a little patience. You're being told to fight against your nature for this week, and your nature is to just put it down, walk away. So fight against that. Let's go ahead and throw some tarot. Let's see what the tarot has to give us. What information? Group number 1 for this wonderful, wonderful week. We are close to fall, and I gotta tell you guys, I love me some fall. I love fall. The aesthetics, everything. So let's see. What is this week going to bring? Ooh, you've got the Empress. I love the Empress. It is one of my birth cards. Wow. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely a foundational building week for you guys. This is pretty powerful, and in many past weekly readings, I've never come across such dynamic cards, The cards are always pretty simple. There's not much to it. It almost feels like this is just a week to get by. But with you, for some reason here, this is going to be a very dynamic week. This is going to be a very foundational building week. And the reason why is because you have 3 major arcana showing up. And, one of those major arcanas is the Tower, which is a signal of drastic and huge transformation. And the good thing is that you've been wanting and desiring this change, which is why the Fool is showing up reversed, right? So there's a desire here for change. There's a desire for more. There's a desire for you to take on what this Knight of Swords is essentially doing here. Getting on your horse and just riding off, taking action, being diligent, using your words to bring about more change and more prosperity. So there's a desire, there's a want, there's a yearning, and it almost feels like, with the original message of this idea and this thing that you are essentially going to bring into this world, it is going to give you what you've been seeking. So you've got the Empress here, right? This is the Empress. I feel like this is you sitting in your throne, right, for the week. And you've got the star above, which is a symbolism of divine guidance. So I feel like you are going to be led towards something truly beautiful. Your ideas are going to bear fruit. And, I feel like, truthfully, you are going to stumble upon something that you've been truly wanting and missing, right? The important thing here is that you've been missing. You've been wanting this transformation. You've been wanting for things to change in a very dynamic way, but things have just not changed. I think that you felt like things weren't going to change. So much so that you are feeling like if things don't change, then I'm going to give up. If things don't change, then I'm going to do something drastic. That's the energy that I see with the electric eel spirit reversed. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some oracle cards just to get a little more information on what spirit would like for you to do for this week. Now that we know what's coming, let's see if we can get some advice and some guidance from the oracle. So we're going to start with Diana Cooper's oracle deck here with the angels. Haha, you've got Archangel Charity. Interesting. So the Archangel Charity is here to tell you that for this week, give with an open heart, be generous. Right. So, giving doesn't necessarily have to be giving essentially, tangible assets, even though, if you do have the ability to do that, then absolutely go ahead and do it. It could just simply be your time, your energy, your attention to something, but do it with an open heart. I feel that when we do something genuinely and when we care for someone, it opens doors. It's almost like if on a cosmic level, on a vibrational level, it just expands us, it increases us. So potentially you might need that increase, to in some ways give some shape and form to this idea. So Archangel Charity, give with an open heart, be generous. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the Priestess of Light wants to reveal to us for this week. What information? Achievement. All right, so you've got effort plus intention, achievement. You've got the Great Buffalo and Native American. And essentially what I feel, there's this message here that just, it's just so overwhelming. There's this sense of like reaching a place of abundance, right? There's a sense of having all your needs met. So potentially for some of you, you might actually stumble upon a job if you're looking to make a change career-wise. An opportunity might come across, or an idea for something might come across. But I feel like you are going to start bringing this energy of abundance into your life on just a physical level, right? We see it with the Empress, and now it's illustrated here with this buffalo. The buffalo was everything to the Native Americans, right? The buffalo was their source of life for a long, long time. You know, it helped them through harsh winters, and so it's definitely something that's going to help you. It's something that's going to, in many ways, enrich you and move you forward to some greener pastures. So, interesting. All right, let's go ahead and throw some more oracles. We're going to throw some mini oracles. You know, now that we've got these forest fays or forest nymphs showing up, we are going to throw the forest fays little mini cards and see what messages we get from them. Let's take a look and see. We're going to throw two, but the first one says, "Away we fly. Take the cloud roads. Delight in your imagination." Wow. I like that message. So, you know, it's like the nymphs are telling you that this idea is something that's just in your imagination. You're being asked to explore that for this week. You know, sometimes we get a little too grounded, right? Sometimes we're just too practical, and sometimes we're just too in the here and now, trying to obtain, you know, resources to just pay for our everyday expenses. But sometimes it's good to just be up in the air for a while, explore your ideas, be up in the clouds, and delight in your imaginations. And you never know what might come out of that. So the nymphs are encouraging you to do that for this week. All right, so the second card, the Spirit Familiar. Seek loving connections and cherish friendships. Okay. All right, so interesting. You know, this is definitely a week for you to, you know, share with people, definitely communicate with people, you know, your community. We have Archangel Charity showing up with an open heart. Be generous, right? So now we have the Spirit Familiar. Seek loving connections, cherish friendships. So very interesting energy. Let's see what your affirmation is for the week. For that, we're going to use the Moon Magic oracles. Let's see what your affirmation is. Every day, I focus on what is important. The waxing gibbous. Every day, I focus on what is important. Interesting. So, you know, this is something that you should be telling yourself every day when you wake up. All right, every day that you wake up and you tackle on the day. Every day, I focus on what is important. Just tell yourself that. And, you know, I feel like it's going to open up portals. It's going to open up gateways for you to be able to actually manifest what you truly want to manifest in your life. You're going to start seeing that achievement. You're going to start seeing those ideas come to life. And you're going to be able to reach a place of true balance. So this is interesting. And, you know, with the Knight of Swords, one thing that I'm seeing now with the oracles, it's communication, right? So if you ever have a chance for this week to communicate with people, to talk with people, potentially about these ideas, right? About your beautiful creative ideas and that beautiful imagination of yours, go ahead and do it. Sometimes it helps to talk things out. You know, you're able to put your ideas in order. And I feel like, you know, group number one, maybe you've built a coalition of good people around you. You know, you are being in some ways encouraged to reach out to these good people, to bring them around you. And it's almost like if they're going to help you energetically reach a certain place, you know, or a certain area in life. So you are being tasked with potentially talking to them, right? Bringing them forward into your life, making them a bigger part of it. Interesting. All right, so that brings us to the very end of your weekly reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Seekers. I love you, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to your weekly reading. You picked a very beautiful, I guess, you know, it is a door, but it's more of a pathway leading to that door. I mean, it's truly beautiful, right? Let's take a look behind it. Patience. Okay, everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Patience for this week. Okay. All right, so let's see what animal is going to be accompanying you for this week? What animal spirit is going to be accompanying you? You've got the armadillo spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about this. We're going to throw some tarot now and get more information, but immediately what I'm sensing here is that there might be some problems with relationships for you. All right. There potentially is someone's mad, right? Maybe it could be a family member, a friend, but it is someone who, you know, they might be important to you, right? So this relationship is definitely something that maybe potentially has been rocky. Something was said, and now, you know, there's distancing going on, right? So you are being asked to be patient with this. You know, everything will come into light soon. Everything will be known. You know, potentially this could also be talking about someone that might have hurt you. You don't understand why. There's confusion at the time, but you are being told to just please, for this week, take your mind off of it, you know, and try to do something else. You will find the answers that you're seeking very soon. They will come to you, but there's no use you worrying and stressing over this, because it will hurt you energetically. There's no need for that. So let it go. Set healthy boundaries. The armadillo spirit wants you to set these healthy boundaries. All right. So let's go ahead and throw some tarot. Let's see what else is coming for this week. Let's see what I can pick up. What spirit wants to share with us for you, group number 2. What is coming? Wow. Okay, you've got the Lovers card, and that is very interesting. Okay, that is very interesting. So, you know, definitely we're still on the subject of relationships. So this is definitely really big. Okay. You know, I think I downplayed it, potentially. You know, this is definitely a big thing that's going on here with relationships. Now, the fact that we've got the Lovers card, you know, it's a very dynamic card. It's a major arcana, so it talks about a big major life event. So for those of you that potentially have already found someone, or have already, you know, encountered the person who you think will be the one, you know, soulmate, someone who you potentially are just very good friends with. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be just a very strong connection, right? There is going to be, I think, a resolution, and it might actually come this week. Now you are being asked to be patient, so this might be the week where things start aligning for you, and it leads to it, you know, within the, and not this week, but the next one. But I feel like this is the week where everything just kind of aligns for you, where an old skin is shed and forgiveness is had. And the reason why I say that is because, number one, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is finding that alignment, right? It's finding order emotionally. It's reaching a decision. It's coming to an understanding of something that needs to happen in order for there to be true peace. And then with the shedding of the skin, what we have is the Eight of Cups reversed, right? So we've got here someone who is going through this period of darkness, but they're reaching for the stars, they're reaching for their highest good, and they're almost there. They've almost got it. They've got their spirit guides by their side. So it's almost like they're going through this darkness and they're going to reach it at some point. And then we finish it off with the Chariot, which is forward moving momentum. It's an attempt to go out and be successful in some kind of pursuit, right? So it's like, I feel like someone is coming to you. Someone is going to make their way to you. They might offer forgiveness. They might offer, you know, they might just tell you, hey, look, I'm sorry that I said this. I do love you and I do care for you. You know, for those of you, there is the potential that of an actual soulmate connection here, or a new relationship, right? At the very least, this is the week where you potentially meet this person, right? So the message is kind of different for everyone, but truly a very dynamic week, very relationship based. So, you know, you've got 3 cups, right? I'm sorry, you have 2 cups and you've got the Lovers card. And then we have this this door that's talking about that patience. Now, the interesting thing is the armadillo, right? Set healthy boundaries. So that is very interesting. I think that for some of you, the desire for this is so much and so dynamic that you might just potentially say yes and agree to everything, right? And so you are being tasked with being strong, standing in your power, acknowledging the fact that you are powerful, you are strong, and you have you have every right to feel the way that you feel. And it's important for you to start setting some boundaries. Let people know if they hurt you, if you feel wronged in any way, make sure to communicate that. Don't be so quick to just open your arms and just invite people in, right? So make sure that you talk about these things, right? So I guess the armadillo is, I mean, it is the theme, so it's definitely something that Spirit wants you to keep in mind. This is the animal spirit that's going to be with you for this week, so do keep that in mind. It is definitely very important. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some oracles, and we're just going to try and get a little advice from the oracles. All right, just a little more information, some direct messages. We're going to start with Diana Cooper's Angel deck. Let's see what we get. We've got Archangel Faith. Okay, Archangel Faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. Okay, so pretty direct message, right? Archangel Faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. So again, that's we just got through talking about the fact that you potentially might be quick to do something, but understand that you are very powerful. And this card now, it's talking to that. You are very powerful, but sometimes you potentially lack a little faith in your abilities, a little faith in yourself. And so it's important for you to realize how powerful you are. Have faith in your abilities. Things will work out in your favor. All right, so let's go ahead and throw a Priestess of Light Oracle. Let's see what the Priestess of Light Oracle has to provide us for this week. What message? We've got Divine Masculine. Look at this. I'm telling you, this is a big thing this week for you seekers. Divine Masculine, electric, active power. My goodness. And so, we've got it next to the Chariot. So definitely I feel like, for those of you that are potentially attracted to the Divine Masculine, I mean, my goodness, this is definitely the week where you get that attention. All right, you are going to get some attention from the Divine Masculine. You're going to be seen in a very kind of loving way by someone, right? And so it might lead to something physical. And again, this person is just, they're looking towards you. They want you. They want what you have. Now, potentially for those of you, because again, the message is twofold. For those of you that don't have anyone, there might be someone that comes into your life. They want to start dating, but make sure that you don't rush into anything. Do not rush into anything, right? Set those healthy boundaries. Everything at its due time. Make sure that you understand who this person is. Make sure that you, go through that vetting process. Don't be too quick to say yes to everything. So, again, this Divine Masculine, they're electric. There's active power. They have that extra motivation with a Chariot to move forward very dynamically. So just be very aware with that, right? Be very aware. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some more cards. Now that we've got so many love messages, I'm just going to go ahead and throw 2 Lovers Oracle. Why not? Because honestly, there's just so much information here that talks about love that we need a little more. So let's go ahead and reveal the first one. Secret Admirer. Are you kidding me? Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Bam. There it is, right? There it is. So, we have confirmation. There's definitely someone out there. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Divine Masculine energy, Lovers, the Chariot. This is really interesting, right? This is really interesting. But again, that set healthy, and I don't want to get away from that, right? I don't want to get away from the set healthy boundaries. Keep that in mind, please. It's very important. So let's go ahead, shuffle, and let's see what we get. One more Oracle card. One more. What do we got here? All right, so the message here is acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Ooh, interesting. That is very interesting. Okay. You know, I feel like there's a very strong, deep message there, and it ties in perfectly with that set healthy boundaries. So just keep that in mind as this secret admirer comes forward and reveals what they truly feel, right? Acceptance is the key to inner peace. We must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Interesting. All right, we're going to throw one more card. This is going to be the from the Moon Magic. We're going to see what your positive affirmation is going to be for this week. Let's take a look. All right, so here we are. All right, your positive affirmation for the week is, I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Boom, 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 boom. I love that message. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Yes. All right, so group number 2, that has been your weekly reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being a patron, for your support. I love you. Bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3, to your weekly reading. You picked a very, I don't even know what word to use for this. I mean, it calls my attention, okay? Like, I want to walk in there and explore, but it is kind of creepy, right? So let's go ahead and see what's behind this door. Hummingbird song, nectar of sweetness and joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. Well, looks like we found some treasure in that cave, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your animal spirit that's going to be accompanying you for this week. We've got Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. Squirrel Spirit. Now, you know, the card did come out reverse. I actually did not plan for that card to come out reverse. So, you know, we do have to kind of put some importance into that. So it looks like for this week, there might be a tendency on your part to not believe in yourself, to not see that you've come a long way, that you've just won many battles, and you are who you are today based on where you were. And so I feel like there might be a tendency to not acknowledge that for this week. So the message of the Squirrel Spirit that's going to be accompanying you for the week is believe in yourself. Now, that hummingbird song, that is definitely something. I mean, the nectar of sweetness and joy it brings. So there's definitely going to be this energy of joy, right? That's going to just illuminate your week. I think that you might receive some sweet news, which is why we've got that nectar of sweetness, some sweet news that's going to bring you joy. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. So it looks like there might be some problem that you've been worrying about. There's been some anxiety, potentially some depression, or there's definitely this energy of just feeling like, okay, I'm worried. I don't know if I'm gonna get the answer that I've been looking for. I really hope that things work out in the best way possible for me. So it looks like you are going to be getting some good news. It might be unexpected news, which just makes it extra sweeter. All right, so interesting. Let's go ahead and see if the tarot cards can shine any light on what that might be and what it might look like. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle. Whoops, let's fix the board. There we go. Shuffle. And throw. Okay, so what is this week bringing for group number 3, Spirit? What is this group bringing? Wow. Okay, so some very dynamic energies. Not gonna lie, these are some very dynamic energies here. You've got 3 major arcanas. All 3 of them are reversed. So, now I'm gonna go ahead and say that you've been needing that good news. because, you've been feeling a bit down about something, right? Like something has been definitely going on that has you feeling like, okay, what's going on? Is this ever going to end? Something's going on. Definitely. That's got you feeling a bit chaotic, and potentially, you've done a good job of ignoring it, just keeping your eyes closed to it. But the problem is that, it's festering, right? It's potentially getting a bit worse, or essentially just leading to you feeling anxious. And so you need to know, because it's robbing you of your joy and your happiness. So there needs to be a resolution to this conflict that's been going on. And I feel like you are going to essentially reach that resolution. Now, you're being asked to believe in yourself. So for some of you, this might mean that, you're looking for a job, you're looking for something new, you want to change employment, or, you want your investments to pay off. And so there might be some lack or doubt on your part, because things have been so bad for so long, I believe, for you, that you might not see the blessing in front of you. You might not be able to just open up your arms and say, this is what's been coming. This is what has been owed to me. This is the abundance that I've been hearing about. And so sometimes it's hard to identify it. So I feel like this might be the week where a lot of things that need to reach a conclusion are actually reached. Right? And I feel like there might be a decision coming for you. All right? I think that you need to make a choice for this week, and that's where the believing yourself comes in. So it's like you're going to be potentially presented with a choice, right? So that's why you've got the Two of Swords. This is a decision. You need to make a decision. Yes or no. Do I go? Do I not go? Do I do it or do I not do it? Right? So the Two of Swords, and so what you have is a divided mind, and the soul message here is to believe in yourself, and also understand that this is actually sweet news. This is a cause for joy. So whatever the choice is, understand that it will lead to something truly wonderful and magnificent for you. Again, there's anxiety. Potentially you might still feel that anxiety for this week, which is why you've got the Hangman reverse, right? Which is talking about anxiety. It's talking about the need to consistently try and control everything. That's that perfectionist kind of energy that wants to control and dictate, and just doesn't let life unfold around them, right? It's like they have to just have their hands on the steering wheel, maniacally just kind of shaking. Instead of just letting things happen, letting things occur, and enjoying that process, right? And so what that energy does is that it leads you to the Sun reversed, which is the opposite of joy. This is all of the light gone from the world. It's all of the light gone from you. It's like you are feeling bitter, you're feeling sour, you're feeling disenfranchised potentially, feeling a bit downtrodden. And so there's almost like an existential kind of crisis going on here, and there's no end in sight, which is why you've got the Death card reversed. It's talking about the need for change, but actually not having that change, not reaching that change. And so with the Death card reversed, and the need for this change tells me that this decision is very important. You have to make a decision. It impacts these areas, and understand that, what this energy here does is that it leads to this, how can I put this? It leads to other issues down the road, and it could be bodily, mentally, it's already, we already have the mental issues, right? Because the Hangman reversed, that anxiety, that's all mental. We already have the emotional issues because the Sun, that's emotional, right? So we already have that. It might lead to an actually, affecting you health-wise, your body. So I think that in order for you to correct this, you have to make a decision in some area of your life. You have to make a choice, all right? You have to. And the soul clue here is believe in yourself. Now, let's go ahead and throw some oracles. Let's see if we can get more information from the oracles. This is a pretty dynamic message. So we're going to see what the oracles tell us. We're going to try and get some direct messages for this week, group number 3. So here we are. Diana Cooper's Archangels. Archangel Mallory. Interesting. The message is, remember who you are. Take action when you are ready. My goodness, right? So we have more of a decision-making card here, right? So now this archangel is here to tell you, hey, remember who you are. You are powerful. You are dynamic. You are someone that makes decisions, follows through on them, right? You move past limitations. You don't let those things hold you back. You are powerful beyond measure. Remember who you are, says Archangel Mallory. And she finishes that by saying, take action when you are ready, right? So it's almost like, make sure that you're making the decision, but don't feel angsty about it. Don't let these energies like get in the way. You know, once you allow these energies into your life, this energy of sorrow, not feeling that joy, anxiety, you know, almost like an existential kind of crisis, like, you know, these things really are very pervasive, and it's almost like they stay with you. Whenever you're going to make a decision, it all comes out, and sometimes you don't even know how to act, you don't even know how to speak, you don't even know what to do, right? So make sure that you take your time, breathe, believe in yourself, remember that you are powerful, remember who you are calm, you are able. So really interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and get a message from the Priestess of Light Oracle. Let's see what the Priestess of Light has to tell us. Wisdom. You keep getting this key word keeps showing up, joy. You've got 3 joys. I got the joy down in my heart. Anyways, so you've got joy 3 times. Wisdom, learning, joy, art, music. All right, so there might be a key here, right? So, you know, music definitely has a frequency. Art has a frequency. I think that these things might actually bring you some joy. Learning, maybe reading a nice book, right? That might help within these areas here. These things might actually assist you for this week. So make sure that you're utilizing all these important tools that in some ways they help you. They get you towards a certain area or a certain place mentally and emotionally for you to make this pending decision that you are going to have to make. All right. So let's go ahead and throw some mini oracles. We're going to throw some Forest Fays. Let's see what the Forest Fays have to tell us. Let's see what kind of magic we can tap into with these Forest Fays. What advice? We've got the Forest Walker. Keep courage. Be gentle. My goodness. You know, so now you've got a Forest Fae telling you to be courageous, right? Have the courage to do it. And also be gentle about it. All right, be gentle with yourself, potentially be gentle with other people. So interesting. Let's throw one more Forest Fae. I like that message. Let's throw one more. The Soothsayer. Travel the road seldom taken. Look at that. So the Soothsayer wants you to travel the road that has been seldom taken. That's interesting. Okay. We're going to throw one more card. This is going to be a Moonology card. A Moon Magic card. And this is going to be your positive affirmation for the week. Let's take a look and see what it is. I know my shadow side, and I work to willingly transform aspects of it. Yes. Boy, oh boy. So, you know, again, there's definitely some things going on here that need to change. And, you know, for some of you, it might just be making the decision to make that change. For others, that decision might just impact these other areas, right? So, very interesting reading. I want to thank you, Seekers, for watching. Thank you for being a patron. I love you. Bye-bye.